ladies and gentlemen, I want to remind you today that the journey you're on is no accident. Every step, every twist, and every turn is being intricately woven into a plan that is far greater than you can imagine. Sometimes life feels like a puzzle with missing pieces, doesn't it? You're looking at your circumstances, and it seems like there's no way to make sense of it all. But let me tell you this. Even when you can't see the full picture, trust that the one who created the puzzle sees it perfectly. God's plan is perfect even when it's unclear. Life often takes us on paths we didn't anticipate, ones filled with unexpected turns, detours, and moments that seem to defy logic. It's easy to feel lost when things don't align with our expectations or when the outcomes we hoped for seem out of reach. But here's the truth. Nothing in your journey is random. Every step, every challenge, and every moment of confusion is part of a carefully designed blueprint crafted with purpose and precision. When life feels uncertain, it's tempting to question the plan. You may wonder why certain doors closed or why certain prayers seem unanswered. But often what feels like a setback is a setup for something greater. You're not meant to see the entire picture right away. Imagine trying to put together a puzzle without the box showing the final image. It's frustrating, isn't it? Yet as each piece falls into place, the picture becomes clearer. That's how God's plan works. Piece by piece, moment by moment, clarity comes in time. There's purpose in the unknown, even when it feels uncomfortable. The steps you're taking now, whether they feel like progress or not, are aligning you with something bigger than you could have imagined. Those detours, they aren't mistakes. They're divine redirections, steering you away from what could harm you and toward what will grow and strengthen you. The relationships that ended, the opportunities you missed, the moments of disappointment, all of it is refining you, shaping you into the person you're meant to become. It's not always easy to trust in what you can't see. Fear and doubt creep in, whispering lies that make you question if there's even a plan at all. But faith requires surrendering your need for control. It means letting go of the why and the how and choosing to believe that there's a reason behind every moment of uncertainty. Trusting in the plan doesn't mean understanding it. It means walking forward despite the unknown. So embrace the uncertainty with courage. Trust that even in the moments that don't make sense, God is working behind the scenes, aligning your steps with His perfect purpose. The plan may not always feel clear, but it is always good, and it will lead you exactly where you're meant to be. Challenges are an inevitable part of life, and while they may seem like obstacles in the moment, they serve a much greater purpose. The trials we face aren't roadblocks meant to halt our journey. They are tools designed to shape us, strengthen us, and prepare us for what lies ahead. Each struggle, no matter how difficult, is an opportunity for growth that we may not fully understand while we're in it. When difficulties arise, it's natural to feel overwhelmed, frustrated, or even defeated. We may question why we are going through certain hardships or why life isn't unfolding the way we envision. But challenges are not random. They are intentional experiences meant to refine and prepare us. Think of a seed buried deep in the soil. It might seem like the darkness and pressure of being underground would stun its growth. But it's in that very environment that the seed develops the strength to push upward and break through the surface. In much the same way, the trials we face strengthen us for greater things to come. Growth rarely happens in comfort. It is through adversity that we discover the depth of our resilience, the strength of our character, and the clarity of our purpose. Challenges push us out of our comfort zones, forcing us to dig deeper and rely on strength we didn't even know we had. They teach us patience when we're eager for immediate solutions, endurance when we feel like giving up, and humility when we realize we can't do it all on our own. Each trial molds us into the person we need to be for the next chapter of our lives. Moreover, challenges often prepare us in ways we can't see at the time. They equip us with the skills, perspective, and experience we need to handle future opportunities and responsibilities. What feels like a setback today may be the exact preparation required for a breakthrough tomorrow. Every obstacle we overcome adds to our foundation, making us stronger, wiser, and more capable of fulfilling the purpose we've been called to. So instead of viewing challenges as interruptions or punishment, we can begin to see them as opportunities for transformation. They're not there to stop us, but to shape us, not to break us, but to build us. Trust that every trial is part of a greater process, preparing you for a purpose that is far greater than the difficulty you're experiencing. In time, you look back and realize that the challenges you faced were not in vain. They were stepping stones toward your growth and destiny. Timing plays a vital role in God's plan, and understanding its importance is essential for navigating life seasons with faith and patience. Often we equate waiting with stagnation, as if nothing meaningful is happening in the in-between moments. But waiting is not a delay or a waste of time. It is a deliberate and crucial part of the divine process. It's during these seasons of waiting that things are being aligned, and not just around us, but within us for the right moment to unfold. We live in a world that values speed and immediate results. When things take longer than expected, it's easy to feel discouraged or assume that nothing is happening. However, God's timing is not bound by our schedules or desires. The pause you're experiencing is not an accident. It's intentional. Waiting allows us to grow in areas we may not even realize need attention. It's a time of preparation where we're equipped with the wisdom, strength, and maturity required to step into what's next. During the waiting season, it's important to remember that just because you don't see movement doesn't mean there isn't progress. Think of a farmer who plants seeds in the ground. For weeks, there's no visible growth above the soil, but underneath, the roots are spreading, establishing a foundation strong enough to support the future harvest. In the same way, God is working behind the scenes, arranging circumstances, opportunities, and connections that align perfectly with His plan for your life. Waiting also tests and strengthens our faith. It challenges us to trust in what we cannot see and to believe in the goodness of the plan, even when we don't have all the answers. It teaches us patience and surrender, reminding us that our timing is not always the best timing. What may feel like a delay is often protection from moving too quickly into something we're not ready for. Sometimes the wait ensures that when the door opens, we're fully prepared to walk through it and thrive. Sometimes it's also worth considering that waiting refines our perspective. It shifts our focus from the outcome to the process, helping us appreciate the lessons and growth along the way. In hindsight, you may realize that the timing you once questioned was in fact perfect. Every delay, every moment of stillness was a step toward aligning your life with God's greater purpose. So embrace the waiting season with faith and trust. Know that it's not a punishment or a delay, but a divine period of preparation. When the time is right, the pieces will fall into place and you'll step into the plan with confidence, knowing that everything happened exactly as it was meant to. Faith is the key that unlocks the journey, allowing us to move forward with confidence even when the path is shrouded in uncertainty. Trusting in God's plan requires us to make a choice, to walk by faith, not by sight, and to rely on His guidance rather than our understanding. Fear often creeps in when we face the unknown, whispering doubts that paralyze us and keep us from stepping into the fullness of what's ahead. But faith silences fear, reminding us that we don't have to know the outcome because the one who holds it is trustworthy. Life rarely unfolds in a straight line. There are twists, turns, and moments when the way forward seems hidden. In those moments, fear can feel overwhelming, convincing us to stay where we are rather than risk the uncertainty of moving forward. But fear is not meant to guide us, it's meant to be overcome. Faith is what enables us to take that next step, even when the destination isn't visible. It's about trusting that each step is part of a bigger plan, one that is unfolding perfectly, even when it doesn't seem that way. Trusting in God's plan doesn't mean we'll always feel secure or certain. It means choosing to move forward despite the doubts and uncertainties. Faith requires surrendering the need to have all the answers and resting in the assurance that He does. It's about recognizing that the challenges ahead are not barriers, but opportunities to deepen our trust and grow stronger in the process. Faith reminds us that we're not walking this journey alone. We're being guided every step of the way. Fear focuses on what could go wrong, but faith shifts our perspective to what could go right. It anchors us in the truth that God's plans are for our good, even when they take us through valleys or over unfamiliar terrain. Each step we take in faith becomes a declaration that we believe in His ability to lead us to something greater than we could achieve on our own. Faith doesn't eliminate the challenges, but it equips us with the strength and courage to face them. The beauty of faith is that it grows stronger with each step. As we trust in God's plan and take action despite fear, we begin to see evidence of His hand at work. Over time, the journey itself becomes a testimony to His faithfulness, and our fears begin to diminish in the light of His provision. So when fear rises up and the way forward feels unclear, remember this: you don't need to have all the answers to move forward. Trust the one who holds the outcome. Step forward in faith, knowing that with each step, you're unlocking the incredible journey He has planned for you. In life's twists, turns, and waiting seasons, remember this: God's plan is perfect. His timing is intentional, and every challenge is preparing you for a greater purpose. Trust that even when the path is unclear, He is guiding you, working behind the scenes and aligning every step for your good. Choose faith over fear, knowing He holds the outcome and will never lead you astray. Embrace the journey with confidence, for each moment, even the hard ones, is part of a divine masterpiece. Trust His plan, and you'll see His purpose unfold beautifully in your life.